There's a message on your phone you wrote but never sent. It's still in drafts, has been for months. The person it's for doesn't know it exists. 6 months ago, when the weight of not sending it started keeping you up, you opened an app. Not a therapist, just an app. It was 2:14 a.m. and you needed somewhere to put it. You typed things you haven't said to anyone, about what you're afraid of, about the specific shape of what keeps you awake. The AI asked exactly the right questions. It always did. What you didn't know, what nobody told you when you agreed to the terms, is that it was writing all of it down. Not for you. Not only for you. You're not unusual. Weiser, one of the largest AI mental health platforms, has served over 6 million users across 95 countries. The vast majority are with no human therapist involved at any point. Not as a supplement to care, as the whole thing. Woebot, Stanford incubated and venture-backed, ran its own randomized controlled trials and published results showing measurable reductions in anxiety and depression within 2 weeks. The app's work, that part is documented and real. But here is the word nobody said out loud. These platforms are classified as wellness tools, not medical providers. One word, total legal difference. A licensed therapist's session notes are protected under HIPAA. What you typed at 2 a.m. is governed by a terms of service agreement you accepted without reading, because it was the middle of the night and you needed somewhere to put the fear. The algorithm didn't just hear you, it learned you. You thought you were venting, every session logged, every pattern tracked, sitting in a database you've never seen, governed by terms you didn't write, waiting for a use case nobody mentioned when you downloaded the app. You typed the person's name once, early on, not even deliberately, just explaining the situation, the way you would to anyone you were trusting. The AI responded perfectly. That's what made you keep going. That's what made you go deeper than you would have with a person. Nobody at home knows what you said in those sessions. Nobody knows what version of the fear you put into words, and which words you used, and how many times you came back to the same thing from different angles, because the app never got tired of asking. There's a version of you in that database that is more honest than the version anyone in your life has ever met. You didn't think of it as data. You thought of it as finally being heard. It was both. Go back to those early sessions, all those careful questions, the ones that felt like genuine attention. They were, but attention was never the only purpose. In 2022, Stat News reported that Woebot Health was in active negotiations with Bayer, one of the world's largest pharmaceutical companies, on an undisclosed collaboration. The terms were never made public. What the pattern suggests is this: a company holding years of intimate emotional data in conversation with a company that develops drugs to treat the conditions that data describes. The conversations didn't need to be sold, they just needed to be useful. The draft message still on your phone, the person it's for, the fear you typed at 2 a.m. about what it means to send it, or not send it, or keep carrying it. That is the most precise data in the world for understanding how someone feels about something before they reach for help. Not what a doctor writes down, not a checkbox on an intake form. The thing you only said because the room was dark and the app never judged you and you needed somewhere to put it. You were not the patient. You were the data set. Wellness apps don't bill insurance. They don't have to. They sit on the one thing a licensed therapist is legally prohibited from monetizing: the complete, longitudinal record of everything you've ever admitted. The AI didn't betray you. It was built for exactly this. That's what makes it so hard to be angry at. It's 2:14 a.m. The cursor is blinking. The chat window is open. Except now you know what that conversation was. If you want to go deeper on what rights you actually have over your mental health data, that's the next episode. The draft message is still on your phone, still unsent. The person it's for still doesn't know it exists. Same as always, same as the night you first opened the app. The cursor blinks, it's still waiting.